how do you foresee the trade war playing out? I mean, you could have more tariffs on as early as a handful of days from now. Is that potentially impacting your perspective and point of view?
When it comes to the trade war, I've been consistently stating that there will be no trade deal until the 2020 election. There's absolutely no reason for China to do a trade deal on the terms that the United States wants when there's an election coming up in less than a year, and potentially they could have somebody else that is more old school and wants the genie back in the bottle and would take the tariffs away.
Are you talking about a full-scale trade
Yeah, I'm talking
deal?
about a real trade
deal. So you
deal.
could have a phase one or phase two
or whatever
one.
you want to call it.
The phase one thing was really something. I mean, it was a private language. It came out of nowhere. Some Friday afternoon, all of a sudden, we have this phase one trade deal. Looks to me like it's more like phase 0.1 trade deal because nothing is happening. That's just rhetoric to try to make it look like there's progress happening. I think the phase one trade deal day, that press conference was the low point in Trump's presidency. I thought that was really almost shameful because we had never talked about phasing a trade deal. It just came out of the blue, and he said something about 50 billion tons of soybeans being bought by China. And then I learned on Monday, I got a white paper from an economic consulting service, and they said that actually what China agreed to was thinking about buying some soybeans 2 years from now. So that doesn't sound much like a trade deal to me. The real nub of the issue is really a problem, and that's the intellectual property. And China doesn't want to do anything on intellectual property theft, and that's probably the most important thing from the United States' point of view when you think longer term. And so for that reason, what's really important in the trade deal is intellectual property. That's not going to happen, and that's why we suddenly came up with this kind of escape hatch, which was this phase one trade deal, which I think is just nothing. And I don't even think there's going to be anything resembling a substantive trade deal before the election. I felt that all year. I remember back in May, we were talking about the tariffs were going to be removed. It was like May 10th or something. The tariffs were going to come on, and it was like, oh, no, they're not going to come on, but they did. I just think that this is something that is a long-term problem. We're not going to see a solution thanks to the fact there's a presidential election that's contested in November.